Friday. What up, y'all? How's it going there? Happy Friday to all of you. As you can tell, I'm in a good mood because only one more day in my work week. But beyond that, I'm super stoked because I'm already on the 5th episode of the Jaime and Fuego Rock Show. Bienvenidos, amigos. Thanks for tuning in. Exhausting week, I must admit. I've been listening to so much flippin' music, but I have discovered countless amazing acts that I plan on covering, when they've actually got a show to feature. So it's been an eye-opener. It's a lot different from doing one local band a month, which is what back when I was writing for Playtime was the standard, to, trying to think of somebody new every day. So it's been kind of a daunting task at times, trying to, not stick to the same genre, but beyond that, just to, keep it fresh, and hopefully we're not getting some stagnant staleness yet, y'all. So I want to extend a grande gracias to everybody for continuing to tune in. Band that we're going to be speaking about today is some new kids on the block, and they don't have any hits yet, but man, they're gonna start rocking it here pretty soon. I must admit, because they've got some fantastic tunes. They're a band called Green Line Operator. And they've only been in existence for just a couple of years now, and they just released their debut album just a couple months ago, actually. It's called 16 Ounce World, so I'm not exactly sure what the 1 pound world identifier is pertaining to, but these guys are a very cool kind of, I guess they're more like a more indie, more progressive Weezer is the best way that I could describe them. Vocals are done by their singer and songwriter. His name is Desert Musarelli. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, and dude, if I am, I extend my sincerest apologies. So, first name Desert, though. I don't know if that's a nickname or what, but, being a desert dweller myself, born and raised here in the AZ, PHX, I think that's kind of a cool name, I must admit. So he's a singer-songwriter. He's kind of the brains of the operation. Brought on drummer Tim Hoag, and then eventually added bassist Andrew Goody. But yeah, as I said, I made the Weezer connotation, and it's because his vocals are very, well, not very similar, but slightly in certain sense, especially on a few takes in particular off that album that I mentioned. But it's definitely more of a progressive indie type approach to the festivities, not only from the production tactics, but the songwriting as well. We're talking longer developing songs as opposed to verse chorus pop songs like old Mr. Cuomo, Senior Rivers is famous for. By the way, it was just his birthday yesterday, hitting 43. So the unlikely rock star is still soldiering on, still making great music, and I must admit I still listen to Pinkerton a few times a year because it's just that flippin' fantastic. So, but what we're about to listen to now is once again Green Line Operator, and I listened to most of their record last night. A little more of it this afternoon before I started recording this, and it was really tough to choose a song because they're all very diverse in tone and style. You've got some acoustic bits here and there, you've got some straight up rock numbers reminiscent of 90s alternative and whatnot, but there's still kind of a newer school indie, little bit of a trippy vibe at times, but the progressiveness is what I must emphasize here, because the song that I'm going to play for you right now is called 20 Years, one of their best on the record, and is it the longest on the CD? Yeah, in fact it is. It is the longest on the record, and not only that, it's the album closer. So, yeah, it is something of epic proportions. I am positive that you shall be impressed. So everybody, here it is once more. This is 20 Years by our local boys, Green Line Operator. Love that breakdown, man. Just the way that song comes to a crescendo there at the end. It's just splendid stuff. So, once again, that was Green Line Operator. That was their track 20 Years. And I honestly think that despite these guys being, fresh on the scene, they could easily share the stage with, some of the local indie heroes that we have, like, Snakes, others. We have a very, very great indie scene, I must admit. Powerful stuff coming out of the desert here. So, as the hotter it gets, I think the more creative we get. Who knows if that's from our brains being warped by, heat stroke or something like that. But the creativity, it just keeps coming and coming. So those guys are going to be playing tonight at the Ice House Tavern, which is a very cool spot on 38th Street and Thomas Road. They actually feature quite a bit of music, surprisingly, for being directly next door to an ice skating rink. So all you homies who are scoping out the Stanley Cup Finals and, Jones in the hop on the ice, I know we've got tons of transplants, people who have ice skated growing up in other areas of the country and stuff like that. You have the opportunity to do that at this place, which is just beside the Ice House Tavern called the Arcadia Ice Arena. So I don't know if I'd necessarily recommend going to the tavern beforehand, partaking in cervezas, and jumping out on the ice. I think the intention is to have that place hit up afterwards. And I've only ice skated once, being that aforementioned desert dwelling dude, and I just fell on my ass quite a bit. It was probably more amusing for the spectators than myself. So it's only $3, 21 and over, but you're going to see two fantastic local bands. You've got Green Line Operator, who we just heard. Then there's also Snail Quail. And I guess this is kind of a going-away show of sorts for them as well. But Green Line Operator, that's the emphasis today. Scope out their album 16-Ounce World. It's on Bandcamp. It's on Amazon. It's also on iTunes. So, give these guys some support. Show some love for, local music, especially, a band like this that is just kind of starting their musical journey. They self-funded and, released this record. So, give it a listen. Please do. Not just this one song. And come out to the show tonight. Ice House Tavern, as I mentioned, 38th Street and Thomas Road. It's going to be sweet. It's only $3. You can't go wrong with that price. Once more, I want to say, danke, arigato, merci. Thank you, gracias. Everybody scoping out this show. I really appreciate it. I'm humbled humbled and honored, I must say. And, if you even take a few minutes out of your day to scope my stuff out. So, greatly appreciative there. Google my stuff. You'll find me on Examiner.com with all my writings. Got a new article coming tomorrow. I know I've said that the last couple days, but busy. And tomorrow is when the show actually is that I'm going to be covering. So it's a fun one, so I don't want to, let that rabbit out of the hat just yet. But yeah, also if you Google me, you'll find the YouTube channel where you can subscribe to these podcasts that I'm doing daily. I'm going to have a fresca episode mañana. And also you'll find, all the social media crap, the Twitter, the Facebook. So check it out, scope it out. Once again, so very appreciative for all y'all spending these 10 to 15 minutes with me each day. It's super awesome of you. So rock on, enjoy your weekends, TGIF, yo. And I'll talk with you soon. Adios.